Hi, Sean here from Cinetalk. We're just about to leave to go and see Prince of Persia. And film starts in about 20 minutes. So let's see if this Disney Bruckheimer film is any good. So that film was pretty bad. So I just got back from seeing Prince of Persia, and I'd really like to tell you it was a good film, that it was enjoyable. I'd like to say that although the story was weak, regardless of that, it was an enjoyable film. The fact was, it just really wasn't. There were a few things I had high hopes for. One, that Mike Newell was directing this film. Mike Newell's done loads of films that you've probably seen and enjoyed. He did Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. He did Four Weddings and a Funeral. He did Donnie Brasco, Johnny Depp. So, in terms of a good director, he was pretty solid director. Okay, he did Mona Lisa Smile as well, and you might have seen that. You might not have enjoyed that, but I would say that Mike Newell was a good choice, a strange choice for this film, which is a Jerry Bruckheimer Disney film. But then Gore Verbinski was a strange choice for Pirates of the Caribbean, and the first Pirates of the Caribbean. We won't talk about the sequels that came after it that weren't as good. And that's exactly what this film feels like. It feels like it should have been Pirates of the Caribbean, but it turned out to be its sequels. Now, I don't usually like picking at plot holes and annoying tidbits about the film. There simply was nothing that I enjoyed about it. I really thought, okay, I'm gonna go in. This is Disney. This is Bruckheimer. It's the summer. For sure, this is gonna be a film where you leave your thinking brain at the door. And I can forgive the accents and the, dialogue was not great. I believe there was a few writers on this, so I can sort of understand where dialogues got messed up. The acting, I mean, there were some, a lot of actors in this film. Jake Gyllenhaal, Gemma Anderton, Ben Kingsley, but the acting felt like it was dirt cheap, like it was amateurish almost. And Gyllenhaal is, I don't know, I can understand why he sort of took this role maybe, and I really think it's possible he's sort of becoming the new Harrison Ford. Maybe not as talented, but in that sort of way, he'll do a lot of action films, but he also does, he does so much better in doing sort of the heartwarming, touching, interesting drama and thrillers and stuff like that. Ben Kingsley, or Sir Ben Kingsley, is renowned for being a great actor, but every now and then you can guarantee he will pick a shit film. Thunderbirds. I'm not a big fan of Lucky Number 11. The Love Guru, Blood Rain, if you ever saw that film. So I don't know if he does do like great films. Gandhi, House of Sand and Fog, Sexy Beast. Sexy Beast is like Kingsley, older Kingsley, post 90s, post 80s, 90s Kingsley. Sexy Beast is, for me, the ultimate Kingsley film. He's awesome in that film. Maybe the best thing. Gemma Arterton. I called her Anderton earlier. I don't know why. Gemma Arterton. She's like the thing people were talking about since she was in the James Bond film, the previous one, Quantum of Solace. She's also she was in probably the closest thing to this film in terms of how rubbish it was, Clash of the Titans, and she was annoying as hell in that. She's annoying in this. Just her voice and her face. People say she's gorgeous. I do not agree. I flat out do not agree that Gemma Arterton is gorgeous. She's good looking, but so there's a million other actresses in Hollywood that probably can act better than her, that look better than her. So no, I didn't like her character at all. Alfred Molina. You would not believe that this guy was in this film, because he plays the worst character. It's pretty much the character that when he's introduced into the film, I was just like, fuck this film. Seriously. I was just like, forget about it. This film is ridiculous. I don't know what it was trying to be by having his character. His character was supposed to be sort of like comic relief, but it was rubbish. The whole thing about the dagger and the turning back time it's a really neat aspect and could have been executed so much better, even by a Bruckheimer team. You know, get the National Treasure team back together, because even those films might have been devoid of intelligence and story, they were just enjoyable films. It was like the true aspect of cinema is just to enjoy yourself, and I just couldn't enjoy myself. I found myself bored. I found myself, seriously, if you're not a child of 12 or just love the video game or something like that, you're not going to enjoy this film. The set pieces, the opening storm on like the castle was terrible. It was really, really bad. It looked really, really bad. The way they shot the fight scenes were fast and really, really, really snappy editing, but not enjoyable. The fight scenes like were over in a blink of an eye. And just didn't enjoy them. The parkour stuff was the stuff that I thought, this is where they could really, you know, reclaim this film. You could say, yeah, this was rubbish. The parkour and the free running and the stunts and stuff, they could have really saved the film, but they just didn't do. A, they didn't do enough of it, and B, it was just shot really poorly, not in the way that it should have been. The film runs at 116 minutes, which is not overly long, but it is kind of close to 2 hours, and I really thought that they could have, chopped a lot more out of this film, just to make it go by a lot quicker, I think. So overall, Prince of Persia was below average film for me. I didn't enjoy it. I probably, by tomorrow I won't remember much of the film. I don't really want to give the film a rating, so take what you want from this review, and if you want to check out my full written review, head to www.cinetalk.tv and read it there. You'll see the Prince of Persia review up there.